So, first day, new job at Luther Heights Youth Camp. My boss comes up to me and he says to me, "Chris, we've employed you. We needed an ex-teacher and you're the one, and this is the problem we actually need you to solve. We want you to find a way for us to disciple everyone that comes to camp. We want you to be Jesus to everybody, but you can't say Jesus." Well, this opened up a whole lot of problems for us because as we started to look at what we were doing, we realized we weren't being Jesus in a whole lot of areas. We weren't being Jesus in the way that we spoke to the kids, and we had external facilitators coming in and different people that were consulting, and none of them were really speaking to the kids with kindness and gentleness and empathy. They were all using fear and shame and controlling the kids in the way that they spoke to them. We realized that the facilitators themselves were quite low in their ability to organize and manage kids, and their debriefing skills were quite low. We also realized that school had very specific needs in terms of their curriculum. And as a teacher, we wanted to be able to find a way to really merge what their curriculum needs were with what kind of outcomes you can get from camp. And we know that the great outcomes that we can get from ABL activities at camp from kids in primary school all the way through to high school. So we wanted to maximize that. And we realized that we didn't have really a culture of excellence or honor. And these kids, we were pumping them through like a sausage factory through every activity. But we wanted to be able to make personal, important, and significant connection with each one of these kids that came to camp. So, Kingdom Camping was birthed. So we needed some really powerful solutions to solve these problems. Here's some of the solutions we found. We found that if we set up kingdom culture when people came, and we spoke about how we treated each other, made a significant difference for the teachers, for the kids, and even for our staff working at the campsite. The second thing we did was we started to use Christ-like values. This was great because now we could monitor the educational outcomes and the experiential outcomes that the kids were having at camp. This was profound. We had kids that were accelerating in their socio-emotional outcomes even over a 3-day camp. The next thing that we did was we started to fuse some ideas together. We took some therapy and social work ideas and we fused that together with the adventure-based learning or action-based learning approaches. And this way we kind of added a little bit of therapy to what was already great about our activities. Now this tended to build great resilience, perseverance, strength, and the kids' qualities really came to the surface. That's how we solved lots of the school problems. Then we started training our facilitators, so our facilitators were better at debriefing. Then we needed to change our whole culture. And so Kingdom Camping was able to be the solution for all of those things. So about the 3rd year into developing Kingdom Camping, we ran into some staff from Christian Camping New Zealand. These guys shared some of their problems with us. They had a void or a gap in their leadership development that they wanted to close. They wanted to make a step-by-step pathway of development for their youth leaders all the way up to camp managers. They needed to upskill leadership, they needed to upskill facilitation, and they wanted us to come and help them. So we did. Some of the great outcomes that we didn't even really expect was we changed the culture of how they spoke to the kids. And they started speaking to them just like Jesus would. So we were able to get rid of the shame, blame, and fear-based control, and now the leaders were treating the kids really kindly and really gently. The climate, the culture of camp becomes safer and safer emotionally for the kids. Naturally, you started to get better behaviour. We found a really increase in the attention and the motivation of the kids because we'd set up some therapy or deep stuff, but we'd also balance it with lots of fun and recreation and active games. Then we'd go and do activities and we'd do debriefs and we'd look at how to make life better. Then we were also starting to ask the opinion of the leaders. Well, they've never experienced a lot of this, of being empowered to have their voice heard. That changed a lot of things. Then the kids really started to grab a hold of this. I'm a lifelong learner and I can learn at camp and I'm growing into the best me that I can be. These were some great outcomes. The leadership coordinator for Christian Camping New Zealand is now using Kingdom Camping as his main text for his internship program. And his feedback is that it's contemporary, It's multicultural, it can handle the context of New Zealand really well. It's kingdom building, so it can handle secular all the way through to Christian people in the same audience. It's practical, it's holistic. It treats people as spiritual, social, and emotional beings. It's critically reflective, and it's also ministry focused. It's people being like Jesus to other people.